I think that Christ is calling men to priesthood.
Looking back, I think I discerned my vocation first and foremost in the church. And church for me was an extension of family life. My parents took very seriously the promises they made at my baptism and at my brother's baptism ahead of me to take us to church, to give us a life in the church. And that was a powerful thing, I think, because all those moments, if you collect them all up, I think they gave me an opportunity to have a religious imagination. And because of that, I even, over the years, was known for playing Mass. And that would extend over into to daycare somewhat. And for me, it was great because my granddad was my babysitter. And so he helped me kind of embrace that in my own way. And I can remember, and I think others remember, how I would play Mass at his house, and he would allow me to use his house, an extra house robe or something, and that would be my chasuble. And it was really a neat thing because I'd finish my Mass in the morning, and then we'd have coffee afterward. And he always made sure to include me for that, and that was important. We would go up to the sunroom and just visit. He would pray his rosary, and I really didn't know much about that at that point. I was, too young, but I remember that being a very holy moment. I think my vocation, as it developed over time, it flowed from moments like that, from moments when I felt like I belonged and I felt like I was loved. And that was a theme that carried all the way through for me. Growing up, it carried on into college, and part of belonging in the church and feeling like I belonged and feeling God's love came through the sacraments. It came through priests, through good and holy priests who ministered to me and others well.
Deacon Matthew, I think, is a perfect example of priests in the future who are going to serve with huge generosity. So I think that his sense of prayerfulness, his dedication, his commitment, I think all of that is going to just really serve others well, and he's going to serve others well.
And the fact that the number of our seminarians has increased this year fills me with hope, because we have put some intentional effort into assisting more young men to hear God's call. I'm deeply grateful for all of the effort that was put forth in the past, and I'm not dismissing that. I'm simply saying, each year it takes more and more intentionality and more and more of an effort to help men in the Archdiocese to hear that God is calling you to priesthood. So it gives me great hope that they have heard and that they have responded by going to the seminary to consider more deeply that call of Christ.
And my role as vocation director is to help you discern the will of God, and lots of other people are going to help you to do that too. So when I look at them, I think, wow, I always like to say to parishioners, if I'm out in a parish, these are the young men who are going to baptize your children, who are going to officiate at the wedding of your daughter, who are going to go to your mother or your grandmother and be with her on her deathbed. So they're going to bring all of those fruits to the church, if you will. And if you look at who they are today and the increase, they're going to be a real gift to the church, and they're going to be a real gift to people in the parish who need the tender and compassionate and pastoral care of their souls, and they're going to do that really well.
When I think about supporting the CSA and how it would impact someone like me, I think it's a way for other people to journey with me. So if you imagine a young man going to seminary, it's certainly a journey. It's often described as that. It's in a spiritual way, it's like a pilgrimage. And so it involves walking together, walking with formators, walking with the seminary, walking with the people of God and parishes, and learning what it means to be a shepherd, to be a pastor. So in so many ways, I think that it's benefited me. The support that I've received has benefited me because I've been given a formation wherein I've been able to grow as a man and understand, what it means to be a Christian man and what it means to be a priest, to take on a priestly identity. I've been able to receive an intellectual formation so that I could articulate that for people's benefit, for the salvation of souls. I've been given a spiritual formation that has allowed me to really deepen my relationship with the Lord, which sustains a priestly vocation. And then ultimately, again, to be a pastor. I've been given a pastoral formation so that I can truly be a shepherd to others whom I'll serve, to those whom I'll serve, and in so many ways to do what Pope Francis says, to be a shepherd that smells of the sheep, one that's truly concerned and with bringing a sense of comfort and rest to the sheep, because this is an increasingly busy world in so many ways, and people are burdened by so many things, and so to be able to extend Christ's comfort and concern can mean so much.
Someone who is being generous to the CSA would support Deacon Matt in the fact that the Archdiocese is responsible for the financial commitment that we make with regard to his education and formation in the seminary, which is roughly about $60,000 for each one of our seminarians. So if we want good priests, we're going to have to form them in a good way. And so those who are generous to the Catholic Services Appeal, particularly maybe to the seminarian portion of the Catholic Services Appeal, have a direct impact on seminarians like Deacon Matt and all of our seminarians, because it really does enable the Archdiocese to accomplish what is probably one of our largest financial outlays each year, which is the education and formation of our seminarians. So a gift to the Catholic Services Appeal helps us to do that together. I'm grateful for your generosity to the Catholic Services Appeal, and I appreciate your prayers for a successful appeal. May God, who is generous to us in so many ways, bestow upon you his abundant grace and his blessing.